Good morning, everyone. Today I will be discussing about the lives of Martha Graham and Bob Fosse. These two dancers and choreographers are famous for creating a different technique of styles. Martha Graham is a contemporary dancer and a choreographer. She was influenced by her father, who was a doctor that used physical movements to help with the nervous disorders. Bob Fosse is an American jazz dancer and choreographer. Fosse was influenced by weird motions and a mix of styles. Martha Graham. Her personal life. She was born on the 11th of May 1894 in Pennsylvania. She died on the 1st of April 1991. She was known for her unique style in modern dance. Her influence was her dad, George Graham, who was a doctor that specialized in nervous disorders. Dr. Graham believed the body could express its senses in many ways. Dance training. She studied in Los Angeles at Denishorn 1916. In 1926, she created her own dance company in New York City. Her studio taught many innovative movements and emotional expressionism. People today are still at Martha Graham's dance company. Timeline of her career. She has done a lot of events through her lifetime. From 1849 to 1926, she was born on the 11th of May in Pennsylvania. She began studying dance at Denishorn School and started teaching at Denishorn. Graham established her first dance company and began to develop her specialized dance technique. She presented her first independent concert and was featured by the New York Herald Tribune. She created over 30 works that she choreographed. From 1927 to 1930, she created over 50 works. She performed at the Cornell Dramatic Club and danced for MacDowell Club of New York City. From 1931 to 1942, she created over 40 works. She performed at many shows and she was sponsored by them. One of the sponsors was the American Committee. She was the first dancer to perform at the White House, and Eric Hawkins was the first male to join her into her ensemble. She published an article called The Modern Dance, and Merce Cunningham joined her company. From 1943 to 1991, she created 10 works. After 1949, she created no works and she stopped dancing at the age of 75. She died on the 1st of April 1991 at the age of 96. Works she was involved in. Graham danced and choreographed over 180 works in her lifetime. These included Frontier is a solo choreographed by Graham in 1935. Appalachian Spring is a piece she choreographed in 1944. Lamentation is a solo choreographed by her on the 8th of January in 1930. Seraphic Dialogue is a choreographed piece in 1955. Description of the specific technique and style. Graham is an American modern contemporary dancer and choreographer. She created the technique called the cornerstone. This technique has been taught worldwide. How Graham contributed to the dance world. She was one of the most famous dancers and creators of dance. She changed modern dance to bring it to a new level and popularity in the American dance culture. She expressed a new language of movements and emotions. People today still use her technique for dance. The next person is Bob Fosse. Personal life. Bob Fosse was born in Chicago, Illinois on June 23, 1927. He is a professional choreographer and dancer. He had an early interest in dance which displayed interesting skills. He was supported by his parents by this. In his early teens, he was professionally dancing at nightclubs. He died September 23, 1987 from a heart attack. Dance training. He attended dance schools as a child and began professionally dancing at the age of 13. He enlisted for the US Navy and was assigned for the entertainment unit. After, he moved to New York to study acting at the American Theatre. Timeline of career from 1927 to 1948. Bob Fosse was born on the 23rd of June 1927. He teamed with Charles Gross to perform burlesque. He choreographed his first work with 4 girls called That Old Black Magic. He graduated from Armstrong High School and was listed for the US Navy in Pacific Entertainment Units. He married Mary Ann Niles at the age of 18 and it lasted 4 years. He studied acting at the American Theatre Wing, and you toured 2 of his works from his company. From 1947 to 1969, he made 23 works. He made an appearance on a TV show and was recognized for his work. He received Tony Awards, Dance Magazine Awards, Academy Awards, and Emmy Awards. From 1972 to 1987, he received more awards. He directed and choreographed works that he was sponsored in. He was in a film called All That Jazz. Later on, he receives George Abbott Awards and receives a 36th Annual Capizio Dance Award. And he dies at the age of 60 in Washington, D.C. Works Fosse was involved in. From great performances, he was involved in Dance in America in 2001. From Pippin, he was involved in His Life and Times in 1981. He was involved in All That Jazz in 1979, The Little Prince 1974, Lisa with a Z in 1972, and many more. Description of the specific technique and style. His style is slow angular movements which has been choreographed in many musicals. Fosse's technique is curved shoulders, turned in knees, bowler hats, unusual hand movements, finger snaps, sideways shuffling, and jazz hands. Contributed to the download. Fosse's style created a complex imagery that was different to normal jazz that you would see today. He was known for playing with contrasting in each movements he made. The movements he created could have gone from fast to slow or slow to fast, which made his technique different and popular. Thank you for listening.